Primary Math, second term, 2021. We have here chapter 4, lesson 96. Our lesson objectives is show your work to prove equivalent fractions mentally and mathematically. We will deduce equivalent fractions using a number line, and we will solve various problems on it. Our lesson keywords: equivalent fractions using various models, corresponding equivalent fractions on number line, mental math strategy, show your work mentally and mathematically. Our tools: we will need booklet, pencil, ruler, notebook, and colored pencils. Can you show that if the given fractions are equivalent or not? Can you? Watch this video about equivalent fractions or not, then back to work. Our exercise: show if they are equivalent fractions or not. Number 1, show that half and 2/4 are equivalent. Then we have how many ways? Yes, 2 ways. But first of all, we will have mentally, and the second is mathematically. Then mentally, we will use our bar, which we will divide into 2 equal parts. Then we will color just one part out of 2. This fraction is called the half. Then we will divide a fraction strip into 4 equal parts, as the second fraction told me. Then I will color how many parts out of 4? It will be 2 parts out of 4. This fraction is called 2/4. Is this part located at the same part as the second fraction? Yes. Then they are equivalent mentally. Let's go to prove it mathematically. Mathematically, write down the smaller fraction, which is half, equals, and ask yourself, 2 by what equal 4? Then it will be by 2. And as I do down in denominator, I will do up in numerator. 1 by 2 equals 2. Then half equal 2/4. Then we prove our work, I'll show your work mentally and mathematically. Good job. Let's go to another exercise. Show that 4 and 2/8 are equivalent. We have 2 ways, mentally and mathematically. First, mentally, we will draw the first fraction, which is 4. We will divide a fraction strip into 4 equal parts and color just one part out of 4. Then write down here 4. Then we will draw a fraction strip of the same size divided into 8 equal parts like this, and color 2 parts only out of 8 like this, and write down here 2/8, and deduce that the part is located at the same part of the first fraction. Then they are equivalent. Then 4 equal 2/8. Mathematically, here we have 4 equal how many 8s? Ask yourself, 4 by what equal 8? Then it will be 4 by 2. As I do down in denominator, I will do up in numerator. Then 1 by 2 equals 2. Then 4 equal 2/8. Good job. Nice. Now let's go to evaluate our work. Just to press pause, then press play to listen to our explanation. Shows that 4/6 and 2/3 are equivalent. First of all, we will begin with the smallest fraction, 2/3. Mentally, we will draw, yes, fraction strip divided into 3 equal parts and color 2 parts only out of 3. And write down here 2/3. Then draw the biggest fraction, which is 4/6, a fraction strip of the same size of the first one, divided into 6 equal parts like this, and colored only, yes, 4 parts out of 6. And write down here 4/6. Then show that is this part located at the same part of the second fraction? Yes. Then they are equivalent. Then write down 2/3 equal 4/6. This is mentally. Let's go mathematically. Write down the smallest fraction, which is 2/3, equals how many 6s? Yes. Ask yourself, 3 by what equals 6? Yes, 3 by 2. And as I do down in denominator, I will do up in numerator. It will be 2 by 2 equals 4. Then 2/3 equal 4/6. These fractions are equivalent. Excellent. Now let's go another exercise. Complete and draw your equivalent fractions. Here we have two missing fractions. I want to find it. I find them on these number lines. Here we have this number line divided into four equal parts. This one is fourths, this one is 2/4, and this one will be, yes, 3/4. Let's go and write this fraction in this part. It will be 3/4. And this fraction, it will be for your own thinking. You may multiply by 2, you may multiply by 3 as you want. Okay, if I multiply this fraction by 2 in down denominator and in up in numerator, like this, it will be how many? Yes, it will be 6/8, like this, 6/8. Now let's go to second number line and divide it into how many parts? Yes, 8 equal parts. And like this. And write this fraction on this part, which is called 6/8, because 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, it will be 6/8. Now let's go and search if I'm right or wrong. Is 3/4 located at the same place of 6/8? Yes, then I am right. Great job. Another exercise. Here we have a missing fraction and a missing fraction, and this number line show that it divides into how many parts? It's two equal parts. Then this part is called half. Excellent. Now let's go and write this fraction here and show or find your own choice of multiplying. I may multiply by 2, I may multiply by 3 as you want. If I multiply by 3, down in denominator, and as I do down, I will do up in numerator, it will be by 3. Then 1 by 3 equals 3/6. It will be 3/6. Now let's go to show that I am right or wrong. In this number line, I will divide this number line into 6 parts like this, and name each one until I reach this half. 1/6, 2/6, and 3/6. It will be 3/6. And ask yourself, is half located at the same place of 3/6 on this number line? Yes, then I am right. Amazing. Now let's evaluate our work. Just to press pause, then press play to listen to our explanation. Here we have a missing and missing fractions, equivalent fractions, and here we have from this number line, I have my information. Here we have this number line divided into 3 equal parts. This part is called third. Excellent. Now let's go and write down it here and choose your own number, your own equivalent fraction. You may multiply by what? By 2, by 3, by 4 as you want. But in one rule, as you do down, you will do up. Okay? If I choose by 2, and then as I do down, I will do up. Then 1 by 2 equals 2 and 3 by 2 equals 6. It will be 2/6. Now let's go and divide this number line into 6 equal parts, and 1/6, 2/6. It will be 2/6 here. Is third located at the same part of 2/6? Yes, then I am right. You are excellent. Now let's go to our conclusion of this part. We have equivalent proper fractions, equivalent fractions using various models, corresponding equivalent fractions on number line, mental math strategy, multiplication way, and sure work mentally and mathematically. Now our keywords of the next lesson, which is 97, equal volumes, different vessels, equivalent fractions, story problems, show your work mentally and mathematically. Thank you. Goodbye.